Yeah. I was bad in school, now I'm trying to dodge a Senate. Just walked out the lavish store, pair of shoes, $12.50. You wanna boss up your life? All you gotta do is get in with me. I don't even pay to get in the club, they know I'm a walking tick. I'm presidential leaving the club, we ain't stopping at no lights. You wanna be a boss? You gotta pay the price. Left wrist on frost, look like a bag of ice. I'm driving a Bentley Bentayga like I don't love my life. I'm in that thing shifting, and I'm lane switching. Big, I'ma stand on straight business. Ducking on like Blake Griffin. He keep talking, bro, gon' leave his missing. Baby, these all white, these ain't no Hirachi. Bad, 50 flow, ain't hibachi. I got 10 missed calls, all my mad at me. Valet Park Designer District, I'm going straight to gallery. Yup, phone ringing, yup. Hating, yup. Jury blinging, yup. Yup, phone ringing, yup. Hating, yup. Jury blinging, yup. I was bad in school, now I'm trying to dodge a Senate. Just walked out the lavish store, pair of shoes, $12.50. You wanna boss up your life? All you gotta do is get in with me. I don't even pay to get in the club, they know I'm a walking tick. I'm presidential leaving the club, we ain't stopping at no lights. You wanna be a boss? You gotta pay the price. Left wrist on frost, look like a bag of ice. I'm driving a Bentley Bentayga like I don't love my life.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, we'll close another Sunday of football with a great matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. I'm Kate Scott. Joining me, as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got
only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. This return makes it up to the 25. Well, here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
all J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do you guys in the huddle want to play for him? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Hand off to the back. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He sends this one to the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's 2nd down. On play action now, McCarthy. Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Back to the air, McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And they take him down right along the 30.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Piniero's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this 3rd-year QB.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds a man, right side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first. They send a man in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Working inside the red zone. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled for no gain. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a quick pass to the right side. Cup. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they'll bring him down after an all-right gain. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
They'll set up here for the point after. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Commanders one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Putting a receiver in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Setting up the screen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
3rd and long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
He's got this at the 27. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Play action on 1st down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. That'll do it for 1/4 of this NFC Divisional Round matchup. 7-3 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Commanders ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they're thinking points. Motioning him from the slot right. They'll try and punch it in. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Running for it again. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Commanders now lead by 10. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from him on the road in the postseason. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. McCarthy to throw it. Finds his back complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Touchdown, Minnesota! I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird?
Ooh.
In the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know, but whatever.
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball is headed to the 40. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So a quality return, but you're going to have to wipe away some of it as they get caught for holding along the way. Over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down here at the 16. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
At the Vikings 10-yard line.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
And that's a Washington touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Setting up to try the point after. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Dory Jackson now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. On 1st down, they'll run. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that run stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. He'll start from the 39. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. It's taken in by Williams. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Throwing from the gun here. Caught by his back. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. He's dropping back to throw. Hauled in left side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. They are throwing it again. He's got it at the 6. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings taking the field on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. They'll run here on 1st down. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. McCarthy throwing here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now it's McCarthy. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, McCarthy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Andrew Cooper takes it away. And the Commanders take over. Not an interception by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
The Commanders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Caught, nice gain left side. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. 25. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Running this one left. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 48. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Looking for a throw here. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll throw it yet again. Throw complete to Williams. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one's complete over the middle. And he drives this forward to the 6.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 3rd and short. Throwing now from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. So they send out the field goal units and try for 3 on this one. A very short kick here from the right hash.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Vikings getting one more drive here before the break. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Taken in by Williams outright. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No place to go, so he just threw it away.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And it falls incomplete. So we're to halftime in this fight for a spot in the NFC Championship game. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Bryce Young, a touchdown pass in the victory.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our 2nd half gets underway. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st down. That one's complete, right side. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They motion a receiver left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing from the gun. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Commanders continue piling onto this lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Addison going to motion over left. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short pass caught by his tight end. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing from the gun here. It's taken in by Williams. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Now Brown on to send it away. Needed a lot more to reach the landing zone, so the drive going to start at their own 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one to Williams out left side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They're throwing it. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. And he's got it. Touchdown! But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand.
Pass interference. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
Extra point attempt coming up. Snowy weather, no problem for them on that point after. And the Commanders continue adding on to that lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Jackson now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. McCarthy looking to throw. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Commanders get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the Vikings 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's taken down at the 30.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Play action on 1st down. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Commanders tack on 7 more to their lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Jackson now to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. It's Vikings ball. We'll see if they can come up with something here and stave off elimination. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Searches from the pocket. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, McCarthy. Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And they could really use a good one here. It's away, and not a great kick, angling right toward the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Commanders going field goal here. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Got Williams, and it's complete. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Pursue. Through the offseason, do it through training camp, do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one's marked as a 38-yard punt. And they're going to take over possession. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's second and inches.
Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get